And I know.
Wait, are we recording?
Yeah.
People were commenting on it like, what's up with people getting their hand tattoos before?
So I found this one artist and I was like, cool, like he's a great artist. Like, you know,
It's like, are you going to regret this later? Because if you're not heavily tattooed.
part of me is like, who gives a fuck? Like, who literally cares?
Yeah. But the people would get to the point where they regret their tattoos, especially if they hadn't done their research.
Always have all these ideas because right now I'm kind of not like that. And then,
Yeah.
but like,
Whose responsibility is it? Is it the artist or the client to say no?
that's, we're good. Yeah.
Nervous.
And I know.
Wait, are we recording?
Yeah. We're live. All right, guys. Welcome back to another episode of Pussy Tat Dolls. It's just me and Jessa in here today. Bella's tattooing downstairs. What?
Sorry.
Because
I'm like,
you ruined it.
no. Sorry to disappoint.
No, I know. I'm like, fuck. Do we have another episode with Bella in a minute?
I know.
But
I feel like it's been so long since the three of us sat down and talked.
I know. We just need to catch up with her. There's so much to catch up with her about, even though like we know, but we got to catch you guys up on everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just us today. We had some topics to run through. It's been a minute since we've recorded too, so it kind of feels a little like, oh, we're getting back into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have some tattoo topics, and then I have some dating related stuff too that might be interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, let's catch up on like what we've been doing. Like, what has life been like for you lately?
Well, I'm semi back in the gym.
Yeah.
So a little less
I've been seeing.
depressing. Because I feel like every time we come on, we're just like, oh, life sucks.
We're like downers, dude. Like just so I know. So depressing.
I'm feeling okay. Getting back on track and being in the gym is good. But I hurt my back. And
how'd you do that?
I was squatting, and then I felt it kind of like feel like it was about to spaz and maybe be an injury. And then I was like, okay, let me chill for a sec. And then I tried to do another set, which was stupid and where I should
You didn't even lower the weight?
No, I think I might have lowered it a little bit, but I was like, oh, it's just I'm just not engaging my core. So I was like, okay, let me try again. And then it
like gaslight yourself.
Way worse. Yeah. So then I tried again and it was way worse.
Yeah.
And then I stopped. I moved on to different exercises. I kept working out, but that was okay. And then I waited 2 days, felt okay, tried to do legs again, and then I did like a RDL. So like any hinging movement is bad for me.
It's
right
like your
now.
sciatic.
Yeah, I don't know if it feels like it. Yeah.
It's all connected.
Whatever. It's yeah.
It's
so
horrible.
I hurt myself again, and then now I'm like, okay.
You're like, now I gotta stop going.
Yeah, now I just don't work out anymore.
Yeah, you're like, now I just eat chips every night.
So yeah.
No, but that's it. That's just like general.
Yeah.
How was your Thanksgiving?
It was good. What did I do? Just my mom and brother came over, and we cooked.
Yeah.
And we ate.
Yeah, nice.
What about you?
Same. Yeah, we all just got together. Like, my boyfriend came from Seattle, and he got to hang out with my family, and it was just like family. Maybe some my brother's friends were there, and we just but it felt like a good Thanksgiving this year, actually. Like, we all sat down, we all like I don't know, we all just worked on things together. Like, my mom's peeling potatoes, or I'm peeling potatoes, my mom's chopping something, my sister's doing something, and we're all just sitting there talking, all the girls. My mom loves that kind of stuff too. Like, just like when she envisions like the holidays, she wants us all to be like that. So it was a really good holiday, and literally all our dishes turned out good. Like, we didn't have one that was like, man, I overcooked this, or like, fuck, whatever. It was like all hella good. So it was just a good Thanksgiving like that. Man, I know we haven't recorded in a minute, but I'm like pretty much all November we didn't record.
Yeah.
Whoa. Yeah. So November I went to Seattle to see my boyfriend and just was there for a couple days, and just a good reset before we go on our cruise in a couple weeks. So we're going to Mexico for 7 days on this cruise for Christmas, and just with my parents, and we're just gonna do that, and I'm excited to have that just whole, I don't know, just like it seems so probably weird to other people because they see their partner all the time, but I'm like, just to have a 7 whole days with my partner,
just with your partner,
just with him.
Some people are like, oh God, I can't get away.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't even know how we do this, but we make it work. But
you've always liked your space, anyways.
Yeah,
so.
he's like that too. He really is, and even though we want to be together, obviously, like we would love to. I think we'd be well together, living together, and everything. But it's just
you can deal with this too.
I can deal with it for a while. I mean, yeah, it literally, I feel like too, what's been happening to me lately, I've noticed I used to focus so much more on the past and like always think about the past and stuff like that. And now I've switched it more where I'm always thinking about the future because of therapy too. Like I make vision boards and I do whatever. And so I'm like thinking about the future so much that I'm like not being present at all, not being like where I'm at. And I'm just wanting to be, you know, we all just want to be where we envision our life, or like we want to reach that goal. So I feel like I've been a lot like that. And so kind of got to reel myself back in. Okay, like, no, I'm here. Like, we're not going to be together for a minute still, even though I want to. It's like, but it's always at the forefront of my mind. But
yeah,
I got to reel myself back in, realize where I'm at, slow down, whatever. So yeah.
Enjoy this phase.
I know. It's so hard when you're like so focused on a goal and like so focused on being like at that place. And so
yeah, you want to rush to that, but
yeah. Because I don't know if I've ever even said this on here, but I plan on moving to Seattle in a couple years when I don't like, you know, I stayed for the apprenticeship, staying, learning and everything, but I want to get to a point where like I'll be okay on my own when I move out there. We probably, maybe I have talked about this, but I don't know. So yeah, so I'm like moving to Seattle, but I feel so like focused on like can't wait for the move. I'm like envisioning the life and like where I'm gonna work at and everything, which actually I know I told you guys, but so crazy that I was researching this shop out there. It's like it's really hard to find, not gonna lie, like they don't really have that many great artists. There's some, but they're kind of all spread around. And so I was like trying to find a good shop to work at because I don't want to go from here to a shop that's just like a street shop, you know what I mean? It's like that's, you know, I'm not gonna learn from anybody, I'm not gonna grow. And so not that there's anything wrong with that. but so I found this one artist and I was like, cool, like he's a great artist, like, you know, just envisioning like that life, like working there, where would I live, blah, blah, blah. And one day I was like, and this has been like for a couple months I've been thinking about this. Yeah. And then I randomly looked up his website because I was like, okay, cool, like I'm gonna,
like you knew general stuff.
Yeah, I knew
about
general
this
stuff.
shop,
I wanted to learn more about the shop. I Googled his name, and a hell of articles come up about how he has rape allegations against him. And so I was like, I just go unfollow like his shop, unfollow him, and I'm like, oh my God, just like freaking out. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, imagine if I went to a shop like that, like, and have not know before you go in and then just be like, find out later. I would have been like, oh my God, like I gotta get the fuck out of here.
No, that's
so
awful.
I'm so glad I did my research on that.
Just a little Google search, but
it's a quick little Google search, but
shit.
Yeah. So yeah, anyways.
Now you gotta find a new one.
Now I'm like, fuck, well, the search continues.
Yeah.
Because like there's a lot of cool artists too, but I mean, and he did do a different style, but I don't know, it's just hard to find like a shop like this, like where kind of everybody's the same or like
I
same
still don't
style.
Think it's not common, obviously.
It's not common, yeah.
Yeah.
So like
it's gonna be hard to find.
You guys know any Seattle artists? And be realistic. Seattle artists, leave them in the comments. Tag us.
What do you mean? By realistic, what do you mean by that?
I think you know what I mean.
Okay. Yeah. Well, she's also not ready to move for like 2 years. Yeah. So like
but like still, I like to envision, like I said.
Yeah. I'm gonna pull up a couple topics that we got from viewers. Oh, okay. So this one is kind of related to something I posted the other day. I posted a reel of this girl's hand tattoo that I did, and in the video you just see like her wrist and her hand, and you can't see any like other tattoos really, so it looks like she just has her hand tattooed and nothing on her arm, which I don't actually think she did have anything on her arm.
Yeah.
So whatever. And then people were commenting on it like, what's up with people getting their hand tattoos before the rest of their arm and da-da-da, because if you guys don't know, that's kind of like an old school thing where people, you know, old school artists will say you got to earn the hand tattoos, neck tattoos, face tattoos. It should be like the last place that you touch. And but nowadays like people are just starting with that. So this person said, how do you guys feel about Gen Z getting hand and neck tats first? And
I feel so split.
Yeah.
I feel like part of me is like, who gives a fuck? Like, who literally cares?
Yeah.
But then the other part of me is like, well, like,
Yeah.
I get it. Kind of looks dumb to me. Like
I'm super split too.
Yeah.
Because it's like, we've talked about this too, where it's like, if you're like in the winter wearing a long sleeve and a sweater and you see your hand tattoos and neck tattoos.
Like, you're like, oh, they're blasted.
Yeah. And then they take their sweater off and that's the only tattoos they
floating,
have.
Yeah.
I don't think it looks.
No.
I don't think
doesn't look
looks
good.
the best.
No, I think it looks horrible because even we were just talking about this too. Even like when I get naked at the end of the night and like my chest doesn't connect to my arms, I'm like, this looks awful. Like, it's just like a floating piece on my body and so I'm naked around. I'm like, how do you guys do that with your hands?
That's right,
and
dude.
shit?
It's a sickness that we have tattoos because it can't stop.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like, I don't know. I'm very split on that too.
Yeah.
And because like usually I would say like I would turn clients away if they didn't have neck or didn't have the rest of their body tattooed.
Or like a sleeve that could connect to it.
Yeah. Because it's just like, it's also like, I don't know.
It's like almost like integrity. Is that what you mean? Like
no,
tattoo
I'm going more towards like, are you going to regret this later? Because if you're not heavily tattooed and then you just get, your hand blasted or your neck blasted, it's like, well, does your job allow it? It's just like so many different factors, and maybe you don't care about those things, which is cool, but I don't know. It's just like, it seems like a really bold statement to make to start with, your hand or your neck.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And it's like tattoos are more accepted in jobs nowadays, but there is still some jobs. Like my boyfriend wants to get his neck tattooed and he's a teacher. And there is some teachers that have that. And like he has his hands already. So like it is what it is. But if like you're planning on moving up or like going into like administration or into a more like corporate world, it's a little different. It really is looked at like a little more unprofessional.
I feel like especially if you're around, children and you're like, in that role where you're trying to be giving them guidance. Role
Part
models.
of it is like, okay, well they do look up to you more when you look like how maybe they want to look or like people around them look or whatever.
Be relatable.
But in that world, in the administration world too, it's a little different, I think. And so I keep trying to talk them out of it. Like, don't do it.
Just wait. Yeah.
Just wait.
Because I had so many people comment on that reel also saying that they are nurses and they're heavily tattooed, have hand tattoos. So it's like different jobs that you wouldn't think are moving in that direction are. And but then there's like people saying like, well, I'm a lawyer and it's still like it's not still very totally accepted. So I don't know.
Not unprofessional, but it's not accepted.
Yeah.
So it just depends. What's best for you, I feel like too.
Yeah.
But I do think okay. And then I'm also split about, well, you are getting it done and it's quality. If you are just getting that, whatever. If you go to a good artist, if it's like high quality, it might not be looked at so weird, but it's still, I don't know.
But then also, whose responsibility is it? Is it the artist or the client to say no?
I don't know.
Because
a lot of people would say the artist.
Yeah, but like that's kind of weird, right? Yeah, I don't know. I stopped. I did the tattoo. I was like, whatever. Because at the end of the day, honestly, like I'm trying to get paid.
Yeah.
So what am I gonna like say no?
Yeah.
And I don't know.
It's not like it's someone's name blasted across.
Yeah, like
shit.
I still would be more strict on that. I'm like, I don't really want to. Yeah. I won't do names. I just don't even do that style. But like, more hesitant on that type of stuff. Yeah. And like face tattoos, I'm not just doing face tattoos left and right, or even like necks. But I don't know. It's not my call to make.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I don't know. That's a tough one.
Yeah.
That's a tough one. It's like, it's just wherever you I don't know. Like it is old school to think that, I don't know.
You got to earn your tattoo.
You got to earn it.
Or earn the.
But because also we did a thigh tattoo. It was my first tattoo ever. Then you went straight to my arm and you did my hand and worked your way up. But it was in 4 days, like a span of 4 days. But I had a whole sleeve and immediately had a hand tattoo too. So it's like some people would have said that I shouldn't have done that too. So but
and
I
even
look like I do now.
We've even like considered doing your face tattoo.
Yeah.
Maybe like a year or two ago.
Yeah.
And we had other artists in the shop saying no,
yeah,
and don't even do that yet.
It was because I didn't have a chest piece yet.
Yeah.
I didn't have my other sleeve finished.
Yeah. You had tattoos on both your arms.
Yeah.
Almost. So like almost both sleeves done, but not complete.
Yeah.
But I think you had both your hands done, all your finger tattoos done.
I just didn't have
no neck,
no chest. And I'm glad I didn't do that now, thinking back.
Yeah.
Because we just put stencils on my face like a few weeks ago, and it did not feel right. Like part of me was like, I don't know if I even want this. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It felt so drastic. I felt like I looked really hardened. Like, I'm like, maybe I won't ever do a face tattoo, because sometimes it does do that to women, which sucks because it's like, men, it'll make them 10 times hotter.
So yeah, it's like very it can be seen as masculine for women to have tattoos, or to be heavily tattooed.
Yeah.
And we've even been talking about the reason why we started getting tattooed in the first place, and was it for the right reason?
No.
Because I think
I think we used to hide our insecurities and to like
a lot,
to mask a lot of stuff.
Yeah. And because it's weird, because like I love tattooing and I love the art of it and I love self-expression, so like I'm all for all of that. But I think the reason that I started getting so heavily tattooed was for the wrong reason.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so that kind of sucks to start to realize that. And I'm like, fuck. I wouldn't take it back.
Yeah.
Because like I love my tattoos. But maybe if I, got to age 25 and I hadn't had any tattoos yet, would I have gotten tattoos?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
You don't know.
I love it though.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, it's like,
like I had that whole crisis the other day. I was like, what did I do to myself?
Yeah.
Like, because I was like, man, I was wanting to be so heavily tattooed to cover up my insecurities of like, I feel like people like they would look at me and not see if, I was insecure about my weight or whatever, like my arms, they wouldn't see that. They would see the tattoos, and then it would be kind of covered by that. And so it wasn't like the original reason why I first got tattooed, but like over time I realized I was using it as like a protection, like a
second skin.
I always say that like it gave me confidence in the world, but I love it. But I'm like, if I had waited, maybe I wouldn't have done it.
Yeah,
like,
and with all that being said, I'm still going to get tattooed.
I'm still gonna cover the rest of my body.
I'm still going to do everything else. But I don't know.
I don't know either. I'm like, at this point, this is too late. And it's all good work too. I will say I have all good work. You have 90% good work.
Yeah, mostly good work. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah. I could see how like some people would get to the point where they regret their tattoos, especially if they hadn't done their research and gone to good artists and all that. And like just started really young and everything, and then
I think that you should have to be 21 to get tattoos.
I know.
Because I feel like at that point, you can make a better decision on what you want, because when the shit you want when you're a teenager and when you're 18, 19 is still not what you want like later on in life. And I don't know. I really feel like there should be kind of an age limit on it, but people are going to do it.
If we start regulating too much, then people will be upset about that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like even at 21 though, your brain you're not done fully developing and all that, whatever. But
because I didn't feel like, I really truly didn't feel like I was, I don't know. It was 25, around 24, 25 is when I really started gaining even more like awareness of myself, and had been through enough to even to just understand things more and understand life more. So when they say like your brain doesn't develop to 25, like dude, something happened around that age that like something clicked differently in my head. But I did wait till I was 21. That was the first time I got a tattoo anyways. But I'm like, would I have got that at 25? No, probably not. I wouldn't have got.
And also like
my thigh.
Also another thing, little piece of advice for young people is like, don't get trendy tattoos. Because even like the Medusa is kind of like a trendy thing.
Greek mythology is kind of a trendy thing. Even though it's it's always going to be around. I feel like it's
there's ones that are timeless, and then there's ones that are just like trends, like quick trends. And it's
like the little Pinterest wave tattoos, or like pretty much anything like that. Like roses are timeless to me too. Like people are always going to want that, flowers and stuff. But
like how tramp stamps are coming back. It's like, dude, you're going to hate it again in like 10 years.
Even though I would get one. If I didn't want a full back piece, I would get one. A little pinstripe one. They're so cute.
I know, they're cute, but
it would just ruin the whole plan I have for my back and my butt. Yeah. So
I don't know, man.
I don't know. Do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, just think about it, I guess, for at least a little while.
Yeah. But some people, it's like they also just love tattooing from such a young age too. So it's like, and getting tattooed. So it's like, I don't know. Yeah. It's like, if you really fucking love it and it's calling to you, just get blasted. But I do think like the shit I wanted when I was young, not what I would get now.
Yeah.
But
at your own discretion.
Yep. Do what you want.
Any advice for artist block or points of low inspiration? Do you have any?
No.
Okay, I think
start.
if you're feeling kind of like stuck, then maybe try switching it up. If you're doing one certain style of art or one certain medium of art, try something new, just to do something different. Give yourself a challenge. That comes for like tattooing or like painting, anything. Yeah, just switch it up.
I mean, to me, I'm just like, I just know it comes back. Like, it's not always going to be like that. Like, mine comes in waves constantly. Like, it'll be just be like up and down. Yeah, I just don't feel like you're always going to be in a creative surge and like always have all these ideas, because right now I'm kind of not like that. And but like just a month ago or so, I was like, fuck yeah, like I want to make art and like do all this stuff, and I still want to, but it's not like constantly in my mind. Now I have a new obsession. It's called homesteading.
Oh my god. Real quick though, like I mean, like, and being creative is it's so much energy you're exerting, so like that's why it's like it's comes and goes too. So it's like, give yourself some time. Like if you're feeling like
it's draining,
maybe even instead of switching it up, just don't do anything creative for a little while. Like give yourself some time to like recharge, you know, and then try something
that is hard
new.
with if you're a tattooer though. It's
I know,
like fuck, like, or someone that has to create for their job every day, so it's like which we all kind of do somewhat create every day in our lives, but yeah, it can be hard. Like Crystal, I remember, was saying that it's hard for her to want to paint and do other things outside of work because she's doing this, she's being creative all day long. So yeah, it can be
you want to go home and like turn your brain off. Really. So so what's your new
obsession? It's called homesteading, and I don't want to like live. I don't want to live fucking off the grid where I'm like totally, you know, I got a water well and like all this shit. Like I don't want to live like that, but I want to just have a whole garden that's where I get my food from, and like maybe like a cow or whatever. That's our meat for the year and like that type of stuff, because I just want to know more where our food's coming from. Sometimes, you know, your meat is sitting there in the store and you buy it, but that shit's been packaged for so long, or like I don't know. And then like I saw a video of this guy that he sells like his own meat from his farm or whatever, and people were like, this doesn't look good, it's like brown, blah, blah. And he's like, no, that's what it's actually supposed to look like. Like when it's in the store and it's packaged and it's all red, it's like bright red,
really
meat.
Bright red.
They've been pumping gas into that for 10 minutes before they like packaged it to keep it that color. So I was like,
it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. How would it stay fresh red when it's been in there? Like apples get brown.
Yeah, everything
avocado,
oxidizes.
everything. Yep. So so it's just like things like that, but I'm like, I would love to live like that. So I'm like obsessed with like finding acreage, like in wherever, like finding acres of property, and just like, and then all my family moving there too.
Oh my god, that's that like vision boarding shit. Yeah, because you're just like nowhere near ready for that.
Nowhere near ready. I'm like so far ahead of my head. That's literally like fucking 10 years in the future.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just like obsessed with that right now. So I'm just watching videos on all my days off and everything, just like on Zillow, like, all right, where can I get 20 acres?
I love that though.
I know. Cool. It's fun to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm like obsessed with it. And I'm like, all right, chill the fuck out. Like, you're barely paying your bills. But yeah, so that's kind of been my new thing. Let me know if you guys are into that, or like canning your food. So it's like, yeah, you're like growing all your vegetables, like say in spring, and then you can can it, which is like, I don't know, it's like pressure. I don't know, it's like a certain heat in this boiling water. It's like this pressure thing that kills all the like all the bacteria and everything in it. So you can store it on your shelf for like a year, and that's kind of, but that's what they used to do before too. A different way, I'm sure, but yeah, so you can store like all that food and it won't go to waste. Doesn't look like all it doesn't look amazing.
With meat? You
can do it with meat. You can do it with potatoes, vegetables, anything like that. So, and that's how they would survive winters and shit back in the Great Depression era. Like back then, but like, yeah, so, and you can store it all year round till the next spring or whatever, and you could do it. But yeah, so that's my new obsession.
Nice. I can
and
see
everybody thinks I'm crazy.
You're gonna be fucking churning butter.
Yeah.
You have to adopt the whole lifestyle.
I can see that.
Like,
I want to make my own cheese.
Yeah, wear the dress.
I'll do it.
Need a little apron.
I'll actually do it. It's more ergonomical. It's more aerodynamic. Just start using big words. I don't know what they mean.
Okay. All right. Let's do some more tattoo related topics. Someone asked, "What's your most meaningful tattoo and why?"
You go.
You don't.
You go.
Okay. Mine is my chest tattoo because it's 2 doves and they're like flying together, interacting like, yeah, nice. And to me, what it represents is like the balance of masculine and feminine, and like you need both. And
oh my God, that's what mine was.
yeah,
I didn't know that. I thought that was like you and Shine.
no.
Oh,
I mean, no.
I did not know that. That's what I wanted mine to be.
That's a very common. Okay, we're not original for
I
that.
know, we're not at all.
But no, that's just like, that's a common compositional thing. Is like masculine, feminine, contrasting elements. Looks nice. It's fun to look at. But whatever. I mean, for my chest, it's like it being on my chest. It's like close to the heart. Like, just kind of like helps me like recenter. Like if I'm thinking about like, okay, how am I operating right now? Am I balanced? And all that. So just like kind of check in with yourself. Like, where am I coming from?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I think probably this one. It's just like the girl and like prayer, whatever. It's just like her true self type of thing. I don't know. Mine all kind of had meaning.
Yeah.
To me, like when I got them, like I don't know, like maybe only the Medusa, or like we started this leg sleeve, and that was just kind of like stuff I liked. Like I did, I wanted to do like a whole enchanted forest kind of thing, like fairy tale leg sleeve. So that's cool. I don't know, like mine all pretty much had meaning though. I don't know. And then maybe tattooing myself too. Like, yeah, like that was my first tattoo I ever did. So yeah, like that has meaning, but
yeah.
I don't know. They all kind of have a story. You make your own story. Like even if you didn't at the time have something, I'm like, you kind of make your own stuff along the way.
Yeah. They all mark that period in your life that you get them at.
And that's why I was saying recently that I understand now why people black out tattoos. And I didn't used to understand it. It was like, why would you fucking do that to your body? Like, but it's like you don't identify with that time in your life, and maybe something reminds you of a horrible event too, and you want to cover it, and you're just shedding that old version of yourself. And yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you want to get stuff lasered or?
Yeah, I want to get my whole hand lasered just because I hate how I did it. It's just like
the diamonds.
Yeah, I want to get like, because I did this myself and I'm just like not in love with how it looks. So I don't know. I'll probably
it was just impulse. Like
it was an impulsive decision. So see, you gotta think about it before you do it. So yeah, I'm probably gonna laser that. But I don't know. And then there's like some shitty tattoos I have on my legs, but I'm kind of like, I don't know. Yeah. Maybe I'll laser it. Maybe
you can just camouflage it.
I don't know. Yeah. Just drown it out with more tattoos.
Yeah. It works. It works. You put one shitty tattoo and you cover it around with high quality tattoos, and it's like, it's pretty camouflaged to me. I tell people that in emails sometimes. I'm like, just to get people to book.
Yeah. Okay. What makes an artist's work stand out to you?
Clean edges.
Yeah. That's the first thing that comes to my mind is like, okay, are you paying attention to detail?
Yeah.
Do you have clean edges? Do they have their own personal style? Yeah. Things like that. But mainly like you got to look at the quality of the details, and not that a tattoo has to have like a whole bunch of different elements in it, but by details I mean like, are they saturating their edges? Are their blends smooth? Is the black saturated? Is it black? And just like little things like that. Like, do they care about how this is gonna look healed and like stuff like that?
Yeah, caring about how it's gonna look healed. Some people are just like, fuck it. Just put it in there. People want to be blasted and they don't care about how it's actually gonna heal and look for the rest of your life. Like, yeah, it looks cool fresh, but is it going to heal?
Yeah. And then like design and composition, like, are they trying to do new stuff?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people do like the same compositions over and over again too, and it
is, people are booking for that and they're coming to you for that. But if you want to change it up,
it's easy to fall into doing that.
Yeah.
But
and most people are like, man, I don't always want to do a Jesus piece, or I don't always want to do roses, but people come to you for that because they see that. So that's why it is important, I think, too, to, even if you're not getting clients for other stuff, maybe tattoo someone for free to showcase what you can do. We've talked about this before, but showcase what you can do, because people aren't going to know. Like, even Jessa, like, say she doesn't tattoo a back for a long time. They're like, oh, you just tattoo arms. And it's like, well, no, nobody's coming to her for a back. But they assume she can't tattoo a back piece or a neck piece or whatever.
Yeah, so then it just puts you in that cycle of like, okay, you're still not getting that type of client. Yeah. So yeah, now I'm like, okay, let me find somebody that I can do a back piece on for a portfolio piece. Just to like get it out there.
Yeah, so like, portfolio pieces are important. Just showcasing whatever you can do. Like if you want to do, she's going to tattoo a color piece on me because she wants to start dabbling with that. And like, so, you know, just find something or find someone you can tattoo like that. But I don't know. Yeah.
But I guess like to make your work stand out, you just kind of have to develop a personal style.
Yeah. But everybody's work, you know, looks like their own. Like, nobody, even though you're teaching me, my work isn't going to look exactly like yours because it's still,
you're still going to make different decisions in throughout the tattoo that'll make it like different to how you would personally do it. Would you, this is a silly one. Would you rather have your arms for legs or legs for arms? I don't even...
Arms for legs. You just walk around all bow-legged. That's how I picture it.
Yeah, that'd be wild looking.
Legs? Because how heavy would that be? Fucking.
Well, they'd be strong. I guess, I'd rather have... I wouldn't want feet for hands. I'd rather have hands for feet.
Yeah, because you can hide it. You can wear baggy clothes. They won't be able to tell.
Oh, yeah.
I got fucking strong arms. So.
Okay.
At least I have a little bit of thigh.
Oh, God. Okay. Any advice for females wanting to start their journey into tattooing, and like, where do you start?
Jessa, take the floor.
Okay, let me think.
Well, you know, we've talked about this a lot, like apprenticeships and but you know what? Let's say apprenticeships in your area, you're not getting it. Like, there's no way you're getting an apprenticeship in there. You've tried, you've asked around everywhere, you're not getting one. What's the next step, do you think, for people?
Fuck.
It's all you can really say is practice on your own.
Yeah. Just practice on fake skin first.
Fake skin. Yeah,
like,
don't go straight to
please
people.
practice on fake skin.
Because my first tattoo on fake skin was so god awful. Like, imagine if I had put that on somebody. Like,
yeah, some people will literally go straight to the real thing, and it's like, dude,
it's just like, fuck.
And you don't even know how to keep your hands steady yet or anything. It's just like, just at least give yourself some time on fake skin. And there is a lot of content on YouTube with people putting out tutorials on how to tattoo and stuff. And so there's a lot of free information, but you just have to like be careful about where you get it from and who you're trusting. Yeah. You know, make sure you're trusting the source. Yeah.
Like years ago, I tattooed a diamond on Jessa. It was with a 5-liner, but I didn't know what I was doing. She just let me tattoo her.
We just did it for fun.
Years ago. And it looks like a 12-liner now because I was stabbing the shit out of her. Yeah. And just, oh shit, because I didn't know. And so, that shit is massively blown out. You don't want to do that to somebody.
Yeah. Like, we were all trying to give her like a quick crash course lesson.
And I was like, okay.
She was, And I don't know. Yeah. Just, you know, there's a lot of stuff available online now. Yeah. And,
but I don't know. I guess just if you can't get an apprenticeship, that's the way to go. Aside from that, apprenticeship, because you're going to learn faster. That's really what it is. Like, you're going to learn faster. And and then trying to fuck people up and do it yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But then also, like, specifically for a female, just, you know, be careful. Like, if you're getting into a shop and it's all men in there, not saying that, like, that's a bad thing, but just be aware of like how you feel. Do you feel comfortable in that situation? Like, are they making you feel uncomfortable? Do you have any weird vibes from them? Like, just don't like gaslight yourself into thinking like, oh, it's just me. Like, you know, I don't know. If you feel uncomfortable in a situation, definitely get yourself out of it.
Or like we've heard women saying too, like there will be them and there'll be male apprentices too, but they're making the women do all the cleaning, or they're making them do like all the other extra shit, and the male apprentices don't have to do that. That's kind of taking advantage, you know, or definitely is taking advantage of you. Yeah. But I don't know, just be aware of things. I don't know. It's so hard because I know how artists can be. Like they can be fucking awful. And I don't know. It's not everyone. It's just all we can say is just try to find an apprenticeship. Like that's really the only advice that you can really give. And to get an apprenticeship, what do you think? Just take your portfolio, your art portfolio.
Yeah, go in with a physical portfolio, not just pulling up pictures on your phone. Like, you know, take some time and put together a physical portfolio that you can leave with them so they have time to look over it, and you know, contact them again, like do a follow-up, like just treat it like you're really trying to get a job, because it's not like just because tattooing is like all casual and fun and like cool doesn't mean that you should just treat it as like a you know, whatever. Like I don't really care, like so nonchalant, but like just go in, take it serious, and then the person that you're trying to work with will see how serious you're taking it. And so, yeah.
So, yeah, that's really all we can say.
Yeah.
I feel like we talk about that every episode, but it's like a commonly asked thing.
No, yeah. And then, I mean, especially for females, I don't know, like, what type of advice
I don't know what the
like,
difference is.
Yeah, it's just like, and also, honestly, don't let the being a female in the industry
keep you in a box.
Like, yeah. Like, don't let it shape you as, like, don't treat yourself as a victim. Yeah. Not that you are specifically, but I'm just saying, like, I see a lot of women treat themselves as victims in the industry too. When it's like, you don't have to like take on that role. Like, just, you're a human, just go in and get the job done, you know? Don't make the problem worse by like putting yourself in that box already. Like, how do you get into the tattoo industry, period? Not how does a female get into the tattoo industry? Yeah. The same way. Just be smart, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's like...
No, but it's the truth. I mean,
it's just... Yeah. I don't know. I've never liked the, like, oh, it's been so hard because I'm a female
but, I mean, to play devil's advocate, too, there are some women who have had horrible experiences because they were a woman in a shop. So it's like... You know, some people it is that, but I get what you're saying though. It's like don't go into it with that mindset. It's like you're an apprentice trying to get, or a person trying to get an apprenticeship. Like,
it's a perspective thing because it's like, that can be true. Yeah, but I'm not gonna let it like get in my way. Yeah. So
for sure. Oh yeah, I get it. These are questions. I just realized.
Yeah, I mean they're just like questions, topics that people wanted to bring up. I'll do, this is another one. This one's a little bit of a longer message, but this person said, what do y'all think of tattoo artists who sit on deposits for months and never write or text you back? I have multiple texts and DMs sent to my artist as I have so many unfinished tattoos by them. They always leave me on scene. Not only that, this isn't the first time they do it. They have been sitting on a $400 deposit of mine since July. They also follow me on here and are always in the top 5 to watch my story first whenever I post.
You're like, is it me?
No. What's even more fucked up is they always post their availability. I have no idea what to do.
Well, I feel like artists aren't, for one, they're not obligated to respond to your DMs because I feel like they get, especially with a higher following, and in general, even if they're a smaller tattoo artist, say with even 500 followers, like you're getting flooded with DMs from people all the time. So it's like sometimes, you can't respond to like fucking 50 messages from this person, or like, I don't know, you got like so many people reaching out to you. So I feel like when people say no DMs or whatever, it's like it's for a reason. But if you've been tattooed by them and you have their number and you guys text, and it's a little different.
Feel like all of that is trumped because they have sent a deposit.
True.
So like this client now should be your priority in communication. Like you can't just like neglect communication. Not, you know, what you're saying is valid, but because she sent a deposit, it's like, no, this person should be priority.
Yeah. Or like, so like with our shop in particular though, like if they send a deposit, say you did send a deposit in July and then your appointment's not till December, you're not going to hear from the artist till a couple days before your appointment, because that's just how our system, that's how we work. They're tattooing other people. They're like they have other people to design for. They can't just constantly, respond to your thing. So if it's like that, then it's like, that's normal. And and if you reach out to us, like we'll respond back. Not saying this was about us, but
but that's the thing. That's why we're different. And because that's why we have you, a shop manager, booking manager to do all the communicating, so that the artist doesn't have to.
Because I'll explain it
because of that. And so like, there's no excuse that the client shouldn't be contacted. Like, so
yeah,
your communication, the booking manager's communication with the client is always open. And not always directly to the artist because they could be busy, you know, working on other projects. But that's why we say, like, at this shop, we prefer not to have the artists booking their clients directly because that happens a lot with tattoo artists. Like, we're, you know, like, known for, like, not being the most, like, I don't know.
Communicative.
Yeah, like, you know, I mean, it's a common problem, like, for tattoo artists to not be.
Or, like, people in general that are service providers. Like, it's, like, really, to me, I think it's, like, you're flooded with messages all the time. It's impossible to keep up on. But, yeah, I don't know. But, yeah, that's why someone should be in communication with you, though. If it's not the artist, it should be their booking manager. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, for that situation. Specifically, it's like you either take the L and like don't work with them anymore.
Yeah.
Or just like wait it out because I mean those are the only two options you have really is just to wait until
and if you've sent them messages like, hey, I want my I want my deposit back or something, like you've explained everything and they're not responding, they're pretty much saying fuck you. So like you should just take the L and move on. Like there's nothing you can do unless you're going to take them to small claims court. Yeah. But then you got that's so much.
Yeah, that's doing the most. Yeah. It's like fuck it.
Yeah. So I don't know what to do with that one. That's just
it's kind of a shitty situation.
Yeah. And a lot of artists do that. So also there's a lot of scammers. We've talked about this before. There's so many scammers out there that sometimes it's really hard to tell that they're not real. Like they're posting consistent work. They're posting like their availability, all this shit. And it's like, turns out they're just taking your deposit and they're fucking, but usually they'll block you. That's a common one. They'll like block, but I feel like there is signs. You just have to look for them. But, I don't know. That one's tough. I feel bad for you.
Okay, we're just gonna move on to other topics because I had a couple like dating related topics that I thought would be interesting to talk about.
Ooh.
Kind of like some little like hot topics. Yeah. But so first one I have is the whole like man hating. Yeah. Fucking like.
We've all been there.
Is that valid or is it sexist?
It is sexist. I think, okay, when I was at like the worst time in my life, I was man hating because I was going through it with a man. And like, you know, you're in like, usually in those low spots where you're like, who can I blame? I'm going to blame men. I'm going to blame whoever, whatever. Like that.
Man hurt me, so I hate all of them.
Literally. But so, and like, we joke that we hate men, but it's like, it's not serious. There's no like.
Personally, when I say that, and I try not to anymore because I don't like that.
Yeah.
So when I would say that in the past, I will say that I wasn't, I'm not saying it as like a definite thing. Like I hate all men. Yeah. It's just like, I hate that person for what they did. Yeah. And I hate people that do that. So it's like, it's not fair to say like, I hate men. So like, I stopped going there. Yeah. So like,
I just, I don't know. Yeah. Like I said, worst time of my life was when I was like being a man hater. Now also like, I'm like, imagine if I had a son, like I would not want to say that. Cause I remember one time I said that my mom was like, well, I don't hate men at all. I love men. And my son, you know, I have a son that's a man. So like, why would I say that? And I'm like, whatever, mom. But,
no, but when I think about it now, I'm like, dude, I love men.
Yeah. Like, they're funny. I actually have the best jokes with men. Like me and Jack are always talking shit. But yeah, like things like that. I'm not but I am biased to women because I'm a woman. So men are biased to men because they're a man too. Like I love women in the way that we come together and we have community and like we care for each other and like I don't know. Just certain things that's like I love being a woman because of that. But yeah, like obviously nobody wants to be oppressed. Nobody wants like you know all that. So it is easy to blame things when you're upset or unhappy. Yeah. To just blame it on a man or whatever. But.
And like people, I feel like girls that get stuck into that mindset it's because they keep surrounding themselves with those type of men. Yeah. So if you're
attracting that.
Yeah, if every interaction you have with a man is bad, it's because you're surrounding yourself with those types of people. And then, you keep attracting it. Yeah. So, of course, you're going to, like, that's your only experience. You're going to hate all of them.
Or, like, the anxiety that you're always going to be attacked by a man. That was, a low point in my life, too, where I was, like, always constantly thinking I was going to be attacked.
Super paranoid.
But I was, like, that was, like, my perspective. I was viewing the world as, like, so dangerous and everything when a lot of men would come to your defense or, like, if something were to happen in public, they would come save you or come whatever, you know what I
Mhm.
mean? And yeah, so I was just viewing them as like so dangerous and scary and all
Yeah.
that. But yeah, again, low point in my life, so I try not to view it like that anymore. I
Mhm.
love my partner. He's a man. Like
yeah.
he's great. And I don't know.
And I feel like when people say that they hate men, a lot of the time they mean I hate unhealed
Yeah.
boys.
Yeah.
Like men that are acting like boys and like
Mm-hmm.
childish, immature, you know,
Yeah.
or aggressive, like
Mhm.
overly
Angry.
you know, the toxic masculinity and
Yeah.
like things like that.
Yeah.
Like, so it's just like
Yeah.
there's too many factors too.
Mhm.
Like,
There's so much. It's it's so general and you know, it's just like men could say the same thing about women, like
Yeah.
crazy bitches or whatever.
yeah,
Like
we're emotional,
Yeah.
fucking hysterical.
yeah. And it's like, yeah, unhealed people are like that.
Yeah.
Usually younger because you haven't been through
Yeah.
enough and like understand yourself enough. But yeah, if you notice, like a lot of those people, those women that do say I hate men, it is a younger term or like younger thing.
Yeah.
Because now that I'm getting older, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh.
And like, why is it cool to hate men? It's
Yeah.
not.
Because like we imagine a guy just being, I fucking hate women, like
Yeah.
and we're like woman hater, but
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's like
But
they can
then,
say the same about
yeah,
us.
they'll say that shit and
Yeah.
they'll like not like it when the man says
Yeah,
stuff like that. Oh, like he hates
Yeah.
women, but like, bitch, you hate men.
yeah. So it's like really,
yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, I don't. I
Yeah.
definitely have changed my view on a lot of that stuff now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, and
In
it's
the last
like
couple of years.
yeah, girls that all like say that, and it's just like they want to have something in common too.
Mhm.
So like other girls that like group together, are like I
Yeah.
hate men, like they're just trying to find community.
Yeah,
and it's
that's
like,
really
you're
what it is.
doing for
Everybody
the-
trying to find community.
Yeah, and it's like you don't have to do it
You
like
don't have
that.
to. Yeah, yeah. Because then you make yourself so like I don't
Mhm.
know, miserable to be around. I guess too.
Yeah, yeah.
And like I don't know. I think about my partner a lot. I'm like, I love him. Like, he's amazing, and he never makes me feel that way. He makes me feel so loved and so appreciated, and like,
Mhm.
and for being a woman, like, just I don't know. He just does not make me feel that way. So it's like I don't have any of those feelings. 'Cause
Yeah. Yeah.
He's proven me wrong clearly. So
Mhm. Good men.
Yeah.
Good men are good.
yep, good men are good, and we love them.
What are the stages of like dating? Is talking dating?
Yeah, like so. What is dating?
Yeah. What? Yeah.
So like, I don't know. It's different per generation. I feel like because
Yeah.
when back then they would say they're dating, it means like, you know, they're going out on dates and they're I don't know, or does that mean serious? I don't know. That's the confusion. To me, talking is like you've been messaging, you're going on dates together, you're kind of like taking each other a little more serious, but you're not in a relationship yet. That's what talking is to me.
That's what dating is to me too, though. I
Yeah.
feel like dating and talking to me are
But
almost the
Dating
same.
kind of to me is, oh, you guys are serious and you're not, you've cut
But
off
that's like
together.
then there's the next thing to me is like you're in a
In a
relationship.
relationship. Yeah.
And it's like really
It's
all
like,
the
what
terms
is
can be
it?
like interchangeable
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
that. But I feel like talking is like the least serious.
yeah.
Then you're dating and then you're in a relationship. But
Thinking
it's like,
back, like, man, like the beginning of relationships and stuff when you're talking to someone, it's just like you have so much anxiety and there's so much guessing. That's what sucks about it so much of being single and like trying to find someone, because it's just there's so much guessing. Like you don't know how that person feels because you feel like you can't be forward enough to be like, hey, like what are we, blah blah blah, without them being like,
yeah,
you
scare
know,
them off.
yeah, like scare them off.
Yeah.
But it's just like, no, you just want communication. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. To me, it's like you just don't want to guess. Yeah.
That's how I would like treat
yeah.
new relationships too. Is just be very upfront. Like,
Mm-hmm.
is this just casual? Cool.
Because I'm cool with it.
Yeah,
but I
like,
just want
cool,
to
but-
know because.
yeah.
But that's the thing with unhealed people too, is they don't ever want to give you that. They want to be the nonchalant. They don't ever want to give you that like definite answer because they don't want the repercussion of it, and they don't want like
They get scared.
they get scared,
Yeah.
and so they just don't like the maybe finality of it, of like yeah, we're talking and
Yeah.
we're dating now, or
Yeah.
we're I don't know, but it's just that's just young shit to me. I don't know. Like
I heard I was watching this podcast and the guy was saying if we go on a second date, you have to drop all other men that you're talking to.
I don't like the have to. That's what bothers me.
Yeah, but he expects like if he's dating someone,
I understand.
but like they're not in a relationship yet, and you're just like dating. So to me, dating is just like I'm getting to know people. We're going on dates, nothing's exclusive yet, because how can you like
Yeah.
cut off
Well, I
all
think
other people?
There needs to be a conversation about it before that happens. So.
Yeah, but like, why would you expect someone to like? Okay, on the first date, you don't, and say there's no history between the people at all,
Mm-hmm.
and so first date, first impression, you don't know that person at all.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I wouldn't expect them to cut anybody.
Yeah. So, but then by the second date, you're like, okay, like, no, if we go on a second date, you're not going on any other dates with anybody else. That's not cool.
Yeah, no, I don't like that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy to me. I'm not somebody who would like. I wouldn't talk to hella people at the same time though. That was too like chaotic for me.
Yeah, and maybe like I would say like if you're hooking up with them, that's not cool either. So like if you're just like dating, not hooking up, getting to know multiple people, I think that's acceptable. But like if you're like going around sleeping around with hella people and the other people don't know about it and you're being dumb about it, then that's where I would say no. Yeah. But if you're like just dating, just to get to know people, I think it's unrealistic to expect them to cut off everybody else after the second date.
Definitely. Yeah. I definitely think that. And to be like, you have to shut the fuck up. Immediately shut the fuck up. Yeah. I don't have to do anything. Yeah. But that's how I would have done that anyways if I was going on a second date with somebody and starting to like, why even go on a second date if you don't see something with them, to me. So, I would have probably already have like slowed down talking with other people or whatever. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, I see this maybe going somewhere. Yeah. In general, that's what, like, immediately when me and my partner got together, we were talking for like 4 months, but it was on and off. I was, playing games, ghosting and like whatever. And then he finally was like, okay, fine. Like I won't, whatever. And then I was like, okay, wait. No, I
he's like, I'll drop it if you don't want to. He was like,
I'll drop it. I don't care. Like, good luck. Like,
so he set some clear boundaries, and then you're like, oh. Okay,
and then I went, oh God, I'm an idiot.
Like,
and then I dropped everything. I'd already dropped it, but I was like, okay. As soon as I realized I wanted to take him serious, I completely stopped with everything. Like, I'm like, okay. Even in the first 2 weeks of us being serious, like, I'm like, I didn't talk to anybody. Like, I was immediately, I'm done with everything else. So I don't know. I guess it's just, to me, I feel like young people aren't going to do that, like really young, like early 20s. That's and the other thing too. Teens, like, don't do that. I don't know. Yeah. To me, I'm just like, the chance of you finding someone at 18 and being with them the rest of your life, very low. If you do, that's great. But I just feel like, I don't know. At that age, it's like, don't take anyone serious too.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
I don't know.
Do you think that the man should pay for the first date?
Yes. 1000% they should.
Okay, and then after that, what?
I think men, they should pay for all dates.
Really?
I mean, well, like, maybe not their whole relationship, but I mean, okay, wait. I did pay for my first date. I will say, actually, I paid for my first date.
You did?
Yeah. Technically, because we were long distance and he came out here and we went to eat and I wanted to show him somewhere. And so to me, I paid for it because I was like, oh, I'm taking you somewhere. You flew out here, spent the money to like come see me. So I'm going to do it. So that didn't bother me. Yeah. I wanted to do that. But if you're going out, I think like, and they're in the same city, whatever, you guys are just meeting up. Yes, I think.
What if the girl asks the guy
on the date? What?
On the first date.
Can he pay?
No. Like the girl says, "Hey, I want to go on. Do you want to go on a date with me?"
Okay, that's where it gets fuzzy because, if she's like, to me, I'm like, it shouldn't even be this way because I feel like the guy should ask the girl out. But if she's like, "Hey, I want to take you to," if she says, "I want to take you here," like, let's go. Expect to maybe put something up or half it or whatever. But if he's like, hey, I want to take you to this restaurant, he should be paying because he's asking you. Yeah. But I still feel like in general, he should. I don't know, because like I said, he didn't pay for our first date, but it's not that he wouldn't have. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
But your situation is different because he also flew out to you. Yeah. So like he made the first.
Yeah. He basically spent. To me, that's the first date. Like he's the money
I'll
to
come see you.
Yeah, and that was hundreds of dollars. So I was like, all right.
Yeah. I think that yes, the man should pay for just the first date, and then after that, it's like, dude, just split the fucking bill. Yeah. Like if you're gonna continue dating this person, like put up your.
Or if like, I don't know, like.
I think only as a nice gesture.
I feel like women should offer. I feel like that's a kind thing to be like, are you sure?
But so if you offer. And then he takes you up on that offer and you split the bill,
He's
are you going to
rich.
be like, yeah, see, like, so no.
No,
So
no,
then
it's a nice thing to do. I think it's just a nice gesture to be like, we can split it. And then if he says he wants to cover it, that's totally fine.
Yeah. But so if he says, okay, yeah, let's split it, does he get a second date?
On the first date? No.
So why do you offer?
Because it's a nice, to me, it's just like kind.
But it's like an empty.
Yeah, it's empty.
It's
but
an
it's
empty
like,
gesture.
it's like to just expect it to is rude.
Yeah.
But I am, you know, I
So
guess, yeah, I am. It is kind of that's where I said it's a gray area.
Yeah. So it's like the first date is just such a like, it's like a little game you're playing because it's like, yeah, you don't want to act like you're expecting it, but then also like you totally are expecting the man.
But
to
I
pay
do
the
think
first time.
if you're inviting somebody like, hey, I want to take you here specifically, like I want to take you here, you pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
and then how often do you think that happens? Like how often do you think that the woman is initiating?
I don't know. I don't know, honestly.
Yeah.
I have no clue.
I would.
But like, I don't know. My partner now pays for majority of the stuff, but sometimes I pay for Starbucks. It's balanced. No?
You guys, but now you guys are in a long-term
It's so
relationship,
different, yeah.
and like you guys just have that understanding.
But
like you pick up things, he picks up things.
I was with my ex for years, and what bothered me so badly about him was because he would like, we always had to split everything, and I would be at like really broke at one point, and we went out to eat, and he's like, well, I paid last time, like blah blah, and I'm like, okay, but I'm like, I don't have money, so like, what do you want me to do? So I'd end up paying with credit cards or whatever because I was like, he's like, well,
yeah,
we gotta split.
And like that situation specifically, like you knew that he had more money.
Yeah.
He knew he had more money.
Yeah, he was great. He had a lot of money in the bank, and I was
He
completely
knew
broke.
that you were broke.
Yeah,
so
it's like, come
just
on,
like,
dude.
I don't know.
And he's like that in general. Like he's like split on the first date with girls and type shit.
Yeah.
So
I don't mind that.
I don't like it. I don't know.
I don't really care though.
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't
like,
think
I feel like it's gentlemanly.
Yeah,
to me.
but
like,
to me, it's like just the first date.
Yeah.
Be like that at least.
Yeah, at least just the first date. I will
literally just the first date
Yeah.
to me, and then after that we're splitting, or just switch.
Or
back
maybe,
and forth,
like,
switch off. Like
Yeah.
Shine and I do that. We just switch off, and that's like not even a thing. That
It also depends how much you go out to eat. Like if you guys are going out constantly, split it, whatever. That's fine. But like, you know, it's just here and there. I feel like just pick it up. Who fucking cares? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not that big a deal.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Yeah, that's a tough one because it's so much gray area. It's so much like, well, maybe this, maybe that, whatever. But I do think first date, he should.
Yeah. Just bottom line.
Yeah.
And it's like whatever.
Yeah.
Some people don't like that, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I think like the courting thing is like
it just goes to me. It shows like he's not gonna have it literally that early on. It shows that he's not gonna have resentment if for whatever reason you need to stop working to take care of your children or to whatever. He's not gonna have resentment. Like to me, that already shows to me that like if you were to stop working and he had to like pick up the bills and whatever, and you're working in the home basically, that he is gonna be okay with providing. That's like that.
Yeah. So
shit.
if
so,
he if he picks up the bill, then that tells you he'll provide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That small little thing is a big indicator to me. Like if you're like, well, you're not doing this, or maybe like you got this soda and we should split it.
It really depends on how they handle the situation and like
because they can be really weird about it, or sometimes it can be super casual where it's like we'll split. I don't know.
Yeah.
It depends how you go about it.
Yeah. And like once you get into that phase where this is like an actual relationship too, then it's like it gets more important on like, do you guys have the same expectations of the relationship versus like when you're just starting to date someone? I don't know, like
I feel like everything needs to be talked about. Me and him have talked about everything. Like if something were to happen, I had to stop working right now. Like what's the plan? Like type of shit. I don't know. Like anything. Like if I get pregnant right now and what's going on, I don't know. But also, I don't completely want to just give up career just because I get pregnant or whatever. Like just because I don't know. Everything's different. I just want to know that my man can handle shit without me. Like if I couldn't work or
if he needs to,
if he needs to, like he'd be able to handle shit. But we're getting off track from that
well,
question. It can go on and on.
Yeah,
like,
because then it goes into
it goes into so much.
Get into gender roles and stuff like that.
And I believe in him. I believe in gender roles.
Yeah. I'll do maybe two more, but does body count matter
No.
For both male, female?
I don't think it matters how. Like, I don't know.
Do you care to know how many your
Yeah,
your
I mean, I know.
partner's
I mean,
body count?
actually, no, I don't know his, but he knows mine. I don't know. It's just
Yeah.
like,
I don't know his,
yeah,
but I told him mine.
yeah. Just because we talk, I mean, being long distance, you talk a lot too because you're just on FaceTime. So we just talk about like a lot of stuff from when we were younger, and like, so he knows like all the guys I've been with or whatever, like the situation each one was. Him is a little different. He's a college athlete, so he has sex with a lot of women. So it's like, all right, I don't want to hear about every fucking one night stand you had. I don't give a shit.
No.
But I don't know. I think it's such a hot topic when you're fucking 21. It's like, she's been with blah blah. I'm like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It matters if you're being reckless and you're being like, you know, just like not absolutely caring at all to me. That's when it matters. Like, I don't know. Like when it's like dangerous. I don't know.
Like if you're being unsafe
And you're like,
or if you're being a slut.
I feel like there's a difference. I don't know. Like with like, I don't know. 'Cause sometimes people do things because of things happened in their past or like when they were younger, like it comes out in that way. So sometimes it can be a warning sign of like other things going on. That's why people make it a big deal because when you're like constantly sleeping with all these different people to like get something, fill a void or like trying to fix something in you.
Yeah.
That's when it's a problem. But I think if you're young and you're just fucking in college and you're having sex with people, who cares? Like, do whatever you want.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, who gives a fuck? And if you care about it, find someone else who cares about it too.
Everyone always says too that like if you go to college, like you're pretty much just like guy or girl. Like Uso even said, he's like, man, if you went to college, you'd have been a whore. Like, I'm like, why? But like, it's like that's what you do. That's the culture.
Yeah.
You're going to parties. You're young. You're meeting other young people.
But so many people that go to college are not like that.
Yeah. No. Very
It's
true.
literally only if you're in the party scene.
Yeah.
And even if you're in the party scene,
you don't even have
to be a slut either. It's just like it just depends on the person.
Yeah. But it's just like I don't know. What's your definition of fun too? Like I don't know.
Yeah.
You want. I think experience things. I don't think everyone should be with one person the rest of their life. It's kind of like especially when you're young. I'm like, okay, experience some stuff. Some people aren't like that though. I don't know.
Yeah. I know personally I just don't care and I don't care to know because if I knew, maybe I would feel like a certain way about it. So I'm like, just don't even tell me. I don't care.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't want to know how many, like, you know?
Oh, yeah, because sometimes I'm like, he'll say something, I'm like, I'll kill that bitch.
Yeah.
So like that crazy starts coming up where you're like.
I know, like, I just avoid all situations like that. I'm like, let me not be
hurt
crazy
myself
right now.
Yeah.
So
sometimes it's fun. I think there's a healthy amount of jealousy in a relationship that can happen where you're like, you want your partner to be a little jealous of you in a way, not in a controlling way or not in a whatever, but like you're mine, like you know, we're together.
What I think is there's a difference between like territorial and jealousy.
Yeah.
So like you could be a little bit territorial, but if you're
jealousy is kind of insecurity.
Jealousy is insecurity, and I don't really like to think of it like that.
I get what you mean.
Because I don't think like I don't get jealous. I try not to. I don't know. Like it's just if you're jealous, you're more worried about like the other female or something like that. But if you're just territorial, you're like, that's my man. I don't know.
I don't know how to explain it.
Sounding stupid, but
you are.
Thanks. So
no, I get what you mean though. Like, I think there's a playful, like jealousy, territory, or whatever. Like, like I'll kill that bitch or whatever. Like, just kidding, joking, joking. But we all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But like, if you're actually like, what's crazy to me is like, I've known people that they're out with their boyfriend and the boyfriend just happened to, you know, you're just looking in the same direction as somebody happens to cross eye pass and the girl will literally be like, why the fuck are you looking at that bitch? Like, blah, blah, blah. Or like guys and girls both do it to each other. And that is insane to me. That's like fucking insane. Like,
so
you just happen to look up or whatever. And I joked one time. Okay.
No,
you know what?
joking.
I'm crazy.
But
I'm crazy.
So do you want to tell that situation? What happened?
So me and Uso were walking in the front of the shop one day and I was unlocking the door and there was a pretty girl walking around the corner into the alley. And there's like our building and I unlocked the door and I had saw her right there and I happened to look up at him like when we turned and he was looking at her and he looked back and I was like, you want that bitch, don't you? I said, why the fuck are you staring at her so much? Because he was staring at her like when she walked by.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, you want to fucking be with her, that blonde bitch? Like,
she's not like,
but yeah, like I wasn't
she don't look like me.
Yeah, like she looked completely different from me, little yoga body, bleach blonde. But
so
to me, it was just like, okay, when I see men in public, this is why I got crazy, because when I see men in public and they're looking at me, but they're with their wives and shit, I'm like, oh, he's a fucking piece of shit. And so I'm like, she's thinking that about you. And I told him that. I was like, you know, she's thinking that about you right now. You're with your girlfriend and you're fucking staring at her.
Yeah.
He's like, I just looked up. But I'm like, okay, I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess I'll never know. But it wasn't like it was something we fought about all night or whatever.
It was just like in the little moment.
Yeah.
Just a little like.
I was like, you're fucking staring at her.
Yeah.
Like,
but see, so like, I think what I was trying to get at with like the difference between like territorial and jealousy is like, jealousy comes from, to me, when the man is doing something out of line, like flirting with a girl or something like that would breed jealousy. But if you're being territorial, it's more of like if a girl is going too far with your dude.
Yeah.
And then you're like, bitch, back the fuck up.
Yeah.
And yeah, so like, I don't know. I guess it just depends on like if you're your relationship and like is your partner trustworthy and respectful of you in the relationship.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know, like, to me, but I'm also not like, I don't really trip too, because like he'll go out to bars and meet people and whatever, and like it doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah,
He's gone even by himself a couple times and I'm like, I don't care.
So I don't think you're like jealous.
No.
I don't think that's like, because if you were jealous you'd be like, no,
I'd be like tripping.
stay home.
But I did tell him, actually, not like a couple months ago, I was like, it is kind of like, I kind of didn't agree with him going to the bar by himself, because I'm like, you know, it is kind of
why
like,
are you going by yourself?
why are you going by yourself? And at the time it was just like, when he did go, it was like he just wanted, he was stressed with work and he wanted to go, whatever. But it is kind of a single person thing, so it's like, you know, I would appreciate if you didn't go by yourself. I understand you going with your friends or your family, whatever. But because I wouldn't go to the bar alone. That would be like I was looking for attention or looking for somebody.
Yeah, because then
like,
it looks like to other people like, oh, you're there to make friends because you're by yourself. You want to socialize, right?
Yeah, like, definitely. So I don't know. It's just case by case, I guess. I don't know. But I have my crazy moments. He has his crazy moments. We've had fights about shit. But we've worked through it. But yeah, like, I don't know. We've all been there, being a little bit like possessive.
I've come a long way, I think, because I used to be like way
You're a brave
jealous.
Soldier, though, because you don't show it.
I don't
like,
show
I
the crazy.
know you're going crazy, but you'll be like, like,
but do you think, okay, but like think about, because you were around and you saw me in my last relationship. So in my last relationship, I would show the crazy.
You would show crazy, yeah.
And which was like, why?
Yeah.
Why for him? But like, I've calmed down a lot. I've matured, I think. And I don't go like, honestly, sometimes you just want to like shake things up a little bit.
Tell them what you said that one time.
What? Which one time?
With that ex. You know what time I'm talking about.
No.
The crazy time.
No.
Crazy time.
When I was really drunk?
She was really drunk.
No.
Come on. It's so funny. Because it's so not you now.
No.
And you were young.
No. I was like, okay, I'm hot. I was like early 20s.
Like 21.
21. New to alcohol because I didn't drink before that really. So like when I got drunk, I would fucking black out like every time. Every fucking time.
Try to fuck me, dude, every time.
Whatever.
She would. All of us.
Whatever. Dude, I don't want to tell this story. It's so embarrassing. It's so bad. I said horrible things, okay?
The audience can relate.
I was blacked out drunk. I don't know what we were fucking fighting about. I threatened to delete myself.
Yeah.
And I didn't mean it because I knew like in my head I was like, I don't never fucking do that. But I just wanted attention. So it's just like, it's so like stupid.
The craziness sometimes is just wanting attention from your partner.
That's so embarrassing. Yeah. I'm not that person. That was
just, you want me to fucking kill myself?
So bad. Anyways, give me something embarrassing that you did now because that hurt.
I already told you embarrassing. Wait, now I'm like, I've never done anything embarrassing in my life.
Yeah. I don't know.
I never had a crazy because I would just shut down. I would just
so
I would let them absolutely dog me so badly and I wouldn't say anything. So that's my embarrassing thing. I would just, you can talk to other bitches behind my back. And I went through your iPad and I saw it and I'm going to not tell you that I saw it and
Yeah,
just
for a
continue
whole year.
and have sex with you. So
But-
yeah,
Or like crying yourself to sleep
Yeah.
in the same bed as them.
Literally
which
multiple times.
We've both done that.
you've
So.
all done that.
We've all been
Come
there.
on. No, yeah, I'll just let them dog the fuck out of me.
Yeah. I will do one more topic and then we'll wrap it up.
Yeah.
But this one, do you think that mandatory paternity testing at birth would be helpful or hurtful?
I think that should happen. I feel like, yeah, why would you like want to know if your kid was 100% yours from the get-go?
Yeah.
I think it for sure should happen because it would save a lot of people a lot of heartbreak. And yeah, even the couples that are that are married, whatever, and they like 100% know it's not, like, I feel like still just to
like, why not?
just give them the paperwork. It doesn't even have to be a big deal. Just be like, okay, here's your paperwork. It'll show.
Yeah.
But if it's not the father, maybe to have a conversation, like,
Yeah.
unless it's known in there that this person isn't the father. But
yeah, I don't know. I just feel like, yeah, you should know right away,
Yeah.
off the bat. But there was like, because I got this topic from another podcast, and they were saying, like, some girls were saying, like, well, it'll hurt the family dynamic if they don't know, or if they knew right away. Like, think about the child. Like, the child won't grow up with their dad, maybe. Or
well, that's
something
not their
like
dad anyways.
Yeah,
so
I'm like, so?
that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah,
That's not
like,
their father.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I
Yeah.
think it would be good. I think just
Yeah.
might as well. Like,
Yeah, I feel like it definitely should be talked about. Yeah, it does put the woman, but it's like also it puts the woman at risk in that moment of like,
That's
what
it.
is she going to do after? But at the same time, you knew what the fuck you were doing when you were cheating on this person, trying to
Yeah.
get them to like,
if you're an adult, you got to know the
Yeah.
consequences of your
Yeah.
actions.
Yep.
You're going to learn a hard lesson.
literally. I know it's like it's going to suck, but I think
Yeah.
it's for sure should be mandatory, like
Yeah.
whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
I find that, I feel like that's something people probably think that we'd say no to, but I'm like,
Yeah.
no, that's fair.
Yeah.
To
I think
me.
a lot of women would say no, but those women I would question, well,
Yeah.
what kind of woman are you?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
are you like doing fuck shit like
Yeah.
that? Like,
Yeah. Like that's, I don't know.
yeah.
It's fucked up to me.
Mhm.
Like, because then you see the pain of how it causes what men go through when they find out later in life.
Yeah,
that
it'd
it's
be
not their
way
kid.
worse for them to find out, like, say the kid's 12 and they finally do a paternity
Now
test.
it's like, this is my kid and I'm
Yeah.
I'm not the dad. And
I
I have
love
no
this
rights.
kid.
Like,
Yeah, the kid loves you,
hmm
and then they find out that you're not really related, which you could still work past that,
Yeah.
probably, and like
Yeah.
have a good relationship. But yeah, it'd be way more traumatic
yeah. Yep.
later on than to just
Mhm.
get
'Cause
it
you
out
have,
of
like,
the way,
Years of, knowing the child, having
Yeah.
a family.
building a fucking relationship. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
fuck that.
Do you see that there's like, people say like there's like nature's paternity test is like when babies are first born, they always look like the father right away. And then it kind of like over time it changes, but
I think that's.
I think it's just like a, yeah, it's
don't-
just like a, just
All
a little
babies-
saying, wives' tale or something.
Yeah, I feel like babies look
They all look,
they all look swollen and the same when they come out. They're
They
just
do.
like little puffy babies.
they do. I know they change so much.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. We can wrap it up there, I guess.
I guess. Anyways, that's all we got. I feel like that was a good episode. Nice
Yeah.
flow. Nice,
Yeah. I don't know.
whatever.
Let us know like some more like kind of maybe some more controversial topics if you guys want us to like go there. Like, what do you
Yeah.
guys want to like know, or hear our thoughts on?
For sure. And yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, follow us on Instagram. Let us know what you guys want to see more of. We always want feedback. Like, if you fucking hated the episode, tell me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we appreciate it all. Don't be mean though. But yeah, what emoji should they drop?
I don't know. You pick this one.
How about the little pregnant emoji? Put that in the comments if you finish this episode to the end. And thank you guys for watching. We appreciate all the support.
Yay.
Bye.